Welcome to 2025. Thought I'd come back with a new video today, start of a new year. I've been motivated on my channel because there's been a lot of individuals coming out in the 60 plus age range talking about the good life, the best life to be lived. And I'm no newcomer to this. I've had my YouTube channel about 13 years, and I've published a lot of information on diet, fitness, exercise, training, a lot coming off my 25-year career as an ultra runner and endurance athlete. But now I too am in my late 60s. So I'd like to contribute more to how we can live our best life and just some suggestions I might have going into the new year. I'm not here to tell you how to make the best suggestions and always be the best person. Those are personal journeys. And that's one thing I wanted to talk about today. I was going to start talking about fitness into the new year, but let's talk about what most people are getting into right now, and that's food, right? We can call it diet, we can call it nutrition, but I'll just start here. It's eating, all right? It's eating. And as we all might know, I'm in my late 60s. What might be different about me a little bit, I'm still wide open, full-time working. I'm an academic professor at a university. I have an active agenda for, teaching, research, and service. A lot of the work I do in research is talking about an epistemological approach to life, and I'll talk more about that in a different video, but also explicating good ideas. So again, yes, I'll try to talk to you about selling you one of my books. It's on Amazon. It's been out for several years, called Mind Over Diet. Okay, Mind Over Diet. Psychology, Food, Fitness, and the Art of Self-Negotiation. Okay, here's my point. It's really easy at the start of each calendar year to say we're going to have New Year's resolutions. And how many of those resolutions really stick? Okay. The whole weight loss and supplement industry is multi-billion dollars. Now, if all of these solutions worked, there wouldn't be a multi-billion dollar industry. It's not easy. Okay. And as we get into our late 60s, let's be honest, we can't exercise like we used to, at least most of us. For years, I sort of got away with not so great eating because I had a huge exercise base. I used to run 10 miles every morning, Monday through Friday, on a sort of a Greenway trail loop I put together. And then riding with the local bike club up in the mountains of North Carolina, Monday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night, and then Saturday and Sunday were also bicycling. So I was running 50 miles and biking over 200 miles a week. Okay, plus strength training and flexibility. And we'll talk about that some other day. Here's my point. When I was younger and had that capability, which I don't anymore, I was able to consume more calories, right? And let's be honest, they weren't all good calories. I have been a vegetarian for 25 years. Okay, so being vegetarian can be a good thing, but let's be honest, within almost any dietary category, there's always bad food, bad fats, junk food, too much sugar. It's constant decision making. Okay, and that's why I'm going to talk today about what we do in our 60s. So much of it is going to be self-negotiation. And here's what I'm talking about. It's not the easy prescriptive outcome. Okay. You can't just listen to somebody, grab onto the latest diet and say, I'm going to go after that. Some people hire personal nutrition trainers, physical trainers, maybe. But most of the time, those activities are not kept up for over long periods of time. Let's be honest, the start of the New Year's resolutions, how many are still on that, journey 2-3 months later? I'd suggest you have to start when the time is right for you. And what you have to do is fill and feed your mind with information. Okay. This isn't for everybody, but it's self-negotiation. You have to put enough into your head to say, I'm understanding why I want to be on a certain diet. What is my path to losing weight? One of the challenges as we get older is slowing metabolism. So it's not always easy to eat much. Let's just be honest. if you're having a somewhat limited somewhat limited physical lifestyle, maybe exercise and etc. Maybe it's, some walking and some stretching. That's good. Maybe that's what you're capable of. But there's not much calorie burning in that. So to think about what a calorie deficit really has to look like and what kind of nutrition we eat within that calorie deficit to lose weight, it's not easy. Okay, it's not easy. I'll be honest, I've done this too many times. I seem to, fall off, slip off over time. The snacks, the candies, it just starts slipping away till one day again, I'm up 15 or 20 pounds. And I'll be honest, right now, I'm on my journey back. Okay, I'm going to get to a new fitness level that optimizes me for my age in my late 60s. Okay. So, as you can see behind me, here's one of my latest bicycles. I still ride mountain bikes. I still ride gravel bikes. I still ride road bikes, but at a leisure pace. So I've got to think about what is the food consumption. Okay, what's the food consumption? So let's start there. Self-negotiation. And in my book, and this is simple, you can see it's simple thinking. First thing to do, and it can be painful, is just, you don't need any big software, pencil and paper. Track just naturally today. What are you consuming each day? And just write out a list as you're eating, write it out. Then it's pretty easy to find, anywhere online, other places, some basic ideas of how many calories that will be total. And then basically you look at, carbs, fats, and protein within that content. Start there. Then you could decide, there's simple math, 3,500 calories in a pound. And again, it doesn't work perfectly like this, but you can start thinking, if you're, sometimes in myself, I'm in reckless abandon, and I might be eating 4,000 calories a day. There's too many cookies or snacks in there. What does it take to bring that down to 1,800? And in my self-negotiation, that's where I'm at right now. On a good day, I have to eat clean, non-processed foods at 1,800 calories. You can self-negotiate for what you think is best for you. But simple math, you can see already, if you go from 4,000 calories a day to 1,800 calories a day, that's creating a big calorie deficit. Okay, and then you can figure out, well, over 2-3 days or so, you might create that 3,500 calorie deficit that might equal or constitute 1 pound. It's a journey back. Here's one other point I've learned with self-negotiation. When the days, weeks, and months go by when we're gaining weight, we're not thinking about that time. It's just the good life, right? We're living the good life. We're not disciplined. We may not be eating well, and the pounds come on. Maybe that's over several months or more. Okay. Then think, when we start to take weight off, you're conscious of every day because you're constantly working with discipline, saying, I'm self-negotiating, right? I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get the salt down in my diet. I'm, of course, going to get the sugar out of a lot of things in my diet. But you're conscious every day. So all of a sudden, I think we're all expecting a very fast return. Many times, we think, well, let's just crash the weight off. And that isn't the way to get there. Time is time, right? Time. We live well within a longer period of time, or we live not so well in a long period of time, right? All I'm saying, self-negotiation, I start realizing, look, this is a journey back. It's going to take time. And it's not going to be a mindless thing. So again, I'm tracking. Oh my goodness, it's been 1 week. It's been 2 weeks. Well, you might have had 7 bad months of eating. And many times we think, well, we're just going to correct that over a short period of time. Self-negotiation. Okay. So read, change the content. There's plenty of things on YouTube, and I'll do more on this later. Carnivore diet is so popular right now. Many of the big influencers, I'm eating all meat. That's all I eat is meat. It's fabulous. I'm dropping weight. My blood work turned perfect. What do you think? Read some of the research. Look at research if you choose to. Google Scholar. If you look up Google Scholar, that's sort of the search engine for scholarly work. what is out there in research, right? And I'm doing that right now. I've been vegetarian 25 years, right? I'm thinking, what would happen if I just go live on beef jerky for a month? What's going to happen to me? But I've got to read about that. I'm trying to understand now what's the latest carnivore diet research information. And then, what's vegetarian, what's vegan, which would be the purest form of vegetarian life. Okay. What's in that nutrition? Is there deficiency in that nutrition? And what can I realistically live on and eat each day and still feel good about myself and the journey that I'm on? Okay. So there's so many things like this we have to think about as we move forward, and then complement that with our exercise, our lifestyle. So we start feeling like I'm becoming a better person. I'm becoming more of a whole person. And I will tell you, when I come through these periods where I'm clearing up some bad eating and getting some bad food deposits out of my diet and body, my thinking improves and becomes more positive in tone. Okay, better positive tone and thinking based on eating. So again, self-negotiation. What is it you want in your life? What decisions will you make for you? What information will you absorb so that you feel confident about the way you're going? Not because some social influencer tells you that, not because somebody at the the fitness center tells you here's how to eat. It may be valid, but I'd suggest again, and it's in my book, Mind Over Diet, you have to make your own decisions to own that journey going ahead. And I'll say that again. The same thing works for fitness, and I can talk about more of that in another video. But for today, I thought start of a new year. And again, it just so happened and coincided with my lifestyle. I am going into the new year with some new thinking on how I will self-negotiate my diet and weight loss. Comments are welcome. If you'd like to come along on the journey, that's what I'd like to do. Again, another individual, there's many out there now on the internet, and I appreciate looking at them on YouTube. I've enjoyed these observations of people in their 60s. And again, I am in my late 60s, still working full time, still trying to manage all these different types of things, but also constantly thinking about how can I optimize myself for diet, exercise, food, and fitness at this stage of life, right? It's not the same 100% it used to be, but for the package we have left, how can we self-negotiate the best version of ourselves and optimize the way we live, what we do, the exercise, the eating? There's always room to self-negotiate to a higher level. Okay, so that's it for today. Few thoughts, and I hope everything goes well for you. Again, comments are welcome, and I'll try to come back soon with another video more on fitness and activity. All right, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.